Hey guys, so we made a separate video for all the questions that are non-R-related and are directed towards me, so we can get that out of the way and not have that take up video time for the Q&A and extras, specials, and all that stuff from a jiggle-bob in that video, because that would just be too time-consuming. It's not relevant, so we're going to take care of all your needs here, and I really need to stop saying we. Alright, so the first question from Chappie1512. Is there a series/game you will never do an abridgement on? Nah. Yeah. Well, I wonder about one of the games that I'll never do. Let me run this down with you people. I usually won't do games that are funny as they are, aka would be a bit redundant to make a spoot out of. I also won't do games that I don't know well enough, or haven't beaten enough times. Let's say, like, for example, Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Fucking shit, I've only played it like a few times and I've never even really beaten it, so I can't really make a fucking spoot out of nowhere on a game like that, plus I would never do a spoot on a game like that anyways. More on that, later, but that's a good example of stuff like that. Stuff that I can list that I'm pretty familiar with is the ones you're seeing right now, like Resident Evil 4, I've beaten that about a fucking 1,000 times, or RE6, we clearly made a fucking series on that! Devil May Cry 3, yeah, you know. I usually like to do games that are eventful. For people who knew me from my ancient The House of the Dead spoot on my old DarkAbridgerEX's channel, which those are still up there in case you want to see how awful my shit was back in the day, go ahead, fucking poke your head at a 12-year-old's fucking ripoff of, like, his inspirational figures, Mr. Shane Seacow, or Mr. Seacow, or fucking The Ward, you know, fucking awful. But the point is, for people who knew about my House of the Dead spoot and are seeing Shoot My Weak Points, are only seeing what you're getting for Shoot My Weak Points rather than a full spoot on episode per chapter, like I did back in the day. Is because I no longer have that juice to pull out, you know, random improv stuff for gameplay elements that is subject to change, or is not gonna give me enough time to throw in a decent joke, which is also why you rarely see gameplay footage in any of my spoods, since that's a whole different field of work to handle when scripting. Like, for example, the Javo lines at the end of Resident Evil 6. I don't know if you guys ever paid attention to those, but I literally had to make a separate script just putting generic lines that Java would say, and I had my voice actors record all that, because, you know, I can't fucking predict what's gonna happen while I'm, you know, trying to, like, fit in my gameplay to the dialogue, you know? And I wasn't exactly a fan of the fact that the Javos were just quiet the whole time while we're fucking wrecking the shit out of them, so, that's part of the problem when you don't have anything written for them, because, you know, when I write the script, I just mainly focus on the dialogue. I don't focus on all the etc. shit that's gonna happen while I'm recording. That's a bit of a whole nother set of work to do. That being said, that's why you'll mainly see me do eventful things in games, rather than just, like, fucking, like, Devil May Cry 3, or just, like, fucking slash up every demon and make them go, ow, 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 ow. That would be fucking boring. Not boring, it'd just be redundant and not that funny. So, that's my opinion, really. It's no different from doing a fucking Let's Play if I just basically did that. The fucking borderline would be non-existent. Very transparent. So we're no longer... I'm not approaching it like that. We're just getting to the main points of the episode, not being fucking cinematic and shit. So, to specifically answer your question, games that I know that I definitely will not do on this channel. Now, to elaborate on this, I mean by, like, any projects that specifically started by me and is being done on my channel. For example, like, Mekaku City Actors Abridged is not exactly my project that I was doing on my channel. That was later put on its own channel. I was assisting it. So it's not mine. Anything that I assist in does not count as my project, okay? Okay, now, let us start listing that and stop, elaborating. Resident Evil 5! Yeah, I would have never fucking guessed! Outbreak. for Resident Evil. I'm sorry. There's no juice for that one, and that's mainly gameplay-oriented. Devil May Cry 2. Anime in general, besides Manly Idols. Fighting games in general. Games that are solely focused on gameplay and lack decent amount of events to work with. And you already know why on that one. But let me explain why on everything else. So, I probably am guessing that you are probably curious why I'm never going to do a Resident Evil 5 The Abridged Spood. I'm not sure if any of you guys know, but I did make a RE5 Abridged Spood. It's also known as the April Fool's video! So, Chris fucking sings Macho Man by the Village People and Can't Get Enough of Your Love / Sandwiches by Barry White in that episode. Quote-unquote episode. Now, let me actually explain why. It wasn't exactly my most favorite RE game out of the whole numbered series in general. You know, there's like those people that are like, RE5 over RE6, and I'm just like, RE6 over RE5. Like, let's forget the fucking gameplay in general. I'm just talking about the generics of the game. I'm not gonna go make a fucking spood on a game where a white man goes around doing a bunch of black people, regardless of the fact that they are infected or not, and go all in Africa. I may have made references to RE5, but I won't actually make a spood on it. By the way, me mentioning that totally did not just reveal the fact that I foreshadow things that I may do by referencing them. It's like how I deliberately stated and followed up on the fact that I was never going to make RE6 episodes focused on Ada, as she says herself.
I'd like to stay around and tease you more, but I've got my own storyline we'll never get an episode for. Because the writer doesn't want to bother with that many episodes.
Because there was no way we were going to do more than 12 episodes for this series. I mean, like, fuck, man. You see how long it's take just to make 12 episodes just without her? Man, no! Fuck, man! So, take it with a grain of salt. When Dante says no, he means no. I was considering making a one-shot out of it, but man, am I good at telling jokes! And I will continue to joke about it again and again to make it clear. Because I'm a jackass like that. Fight me! Also, if anyone does try starting their own RE5 spood, I will acknowledge that person like the Type Moon fanbase acknowledges the Tsukihime anime. There is no Tsukihime anime. There is no RE5 spood. End of story. Okay, thanks, bye! So, I can't get my juices going for Outbreak. Like I said earlier, that game is mainly focused on gameplay over events in my opinion. I'm mainly focusing on the number titles to begin with, and possibly Revelations. We'll never do DMC2 because that game, well, in my opinion, is not as shitty as Ninja Theory's Demons Mayhem Conspiracy. That game is serious beyond doing a series on. Maybe I will just make a one-shot on it, like shoot my weak points. And no, I'm not kidding you on that one. But I make no promises. Okay, so GM18, aka the Love Live Spood. That's the official name I'm giving the series when I refer to both manly and girly idols. Because, you know, constantly saying girly and manly idols is fucking exhausting. Okay, so GM18. This series is the only anime series that I will ever do a spood on. Because of the exact issues I'm facing with Bandai when it comes to uploading the episodes. You know, Mekaku City Actors Abridged, despite the fact that I did upload this on my channel before uploading it on the official channel, does not count within animes I have chosen to do, because it was not my idea, it was Cookie-Chi123's idea, and she simply asked me to help produce it with her. Which goes back to the point that I do not count projects that I have assisted in as projects I have made. While they are the result of my work, such as writing the majority of the script for Mekaku City Actors, editing the episode, and uploading the episode, it is not my project where I am 100% in charge and in control of things. I'm just a second in command that is just as expendable as the next guy. So, that being said, you will not see me doing any of the spoods on anime besides GM18. And no, I don't think I'll really do fan dubs because the internet has plenty of people who want to do that, and I'm okay with not being one of them. I'll audition for them, but not start one of my own. Aside from the Setakai no Ichi's on fan dub I did long ago when I was still, you know, dipping my finger in the water of voice acting again. So, there's that. Now you know everything of what I will never do, and why I'll never do it. Alright, so next questions. Exaflare Bahamut, I hope I said your name right, ask, Are you planning to abridge all this stuff? And how's Mekaku City Actors abridge? Okay. In terms of what I'm going to abridge, I made an announcement video for that. I made that before I uploaded the last episode to RE6, because that's when they lifted my strike, coincidentally. So I'm just gonna go replay that right here and save myself from spouting things that I've already said. When I come back from vacation, I do plan on doing a few things. Aside from resuming the obvious, I want to start on the next episode of Shoot My Weak Points and get that all done. Excuse me, I burped. And I have to start my new solo project. I do DMC3 as a one-man project. I do every fucking voice in there by myself. It was something I did on my own time while I was waiting for Resident Evil 4 and 6 lines. And as of right now, my PS3 can't read Blu-ray disc anymore because it needs to get replaced. The next project I will be doing solo is gonna be shown right here. This one clip Resident Evil 6 Abridged Spood fans should be very familiar with, because this will be my third time showing it. And yeah, here you go.
Look at it, Chris. Come on, look at it. The fuck is this? It is the ultimate life form. Tina. Chris? Tina? Stop it! Wesker, you're naming that Tina? That's just as terrible as the nickname for the T-virus. Go to hell, Chris. Tina and I will rule this world.
So that's the fucking video. I'll be doing that. And in regards to whether I do the remake edition, that will depend on this. But I'm saying I'll consider it if this turns out nice. And when I mean by nice, I mean the reception, because DMC3 already gets like probably a low reception because I don't know, probably because all the other good reception came from like the other voice actors. I don't fucking know, you know, links and stuff like that. So me just doing this by myself, I have lack of confidence in its real like wildfire spreading. I will say that I want to do Resident Evil 2 with the cast, but that's a little further ahead. We need to finish one first. Just gonna resume shooting my weak points and start doing Resident Evil 1 on my own time, whenever I get around to looking at what I gotta fucking do for the game. So there you go. That's my plans. That's what's going on with Resident Evil 6. That's the current struggle of manly girly idols. And sayonara! As for Mekaku City Actors, it's time to let the dirt out. Okay, so I had the script finished way back in December. However, I am no longer part of that project. Now, as for the specifics of what went down and the whole backstory that would explain why the events happened is no one's business. But don't get me wrong, I don't mind explaining things, but I'm preferring to keep it professional by only telling you guys the short and not really sweet story of why I'm not involved in that series anymore. But basically, Kokichi and I have had a few clashes with writing the scripts, and by the time episode 4 happened, it got to the point where we couldn't even work with each other anymore. Otherwise, you would have had episode 4 up a long time ago, like before the Christmas special, really. However, the guy who was practically putting the time to move the series along is now here and focusing on his own work. As far as I'm informed, she apparently has a replacement for me and a few other VAs that vanished off the map over time or with me, but as we can see, there's still no sign at all of anything happening. However, this is not within my power, nor will it ever return due to the fact my initial motive for making this series with her had been wavering by the time we finished episode 3, and had vanished by the time I became unassociated with the project. Since it's not my project, I do not intend on trying to continue the series on my own channel, for I already have my own load of work to do, as you clearly see. Plus, I kinda just don't feel right taking this project from her and doing my own thing with it. So, that's the story of what's going on with the series. If episode 4 and onwards ever gets uploaded, hit me up, because I'm actually genuinely curious to see how that series goes. If it does. Hashtag in before Kokichi is motivated to get the series moving because I have now disclosed this information to the public. Oh!
Oh God!
That's that dirt. I'm totally not throwing shade on her for that one. Like, I don't even know if she even watches my ass anymore. But there you go. There's our dirt. Any further into the details, and you get slapped. It's called privacy. So, yep. How do I say your name? I'm gonna just like take a jab and think it's like something, you know, Indian or, you know, fucking European. So I'm sorry if I say this wrong. It's nothing against you personally. It's me. Sahir Fitri? Fuck me. I'm terrible. I'm sorry. Don't forget to continue doing Love Live. I mean, Manly Idols. You are continuing it, right? Hell yeah, I fucking plan on continuing it. I mean, I know I didn't mention it on my announcement video, but I do plan on finishing that series all the way to the end of Season 2. Or, actually, fucking A. There's been a movie announced, and I learned that it's a continuation from fucking Season 2. So, I guess until then! And that project will be the last project I ever do on this channel. Which means, once I finish the last episode, everything else I'm doing will also finish. And as in, like, once they reach their final episode, that's it. So, if let's say I never make it to Revelations by the time I finish Season 2. Or the movie. Whatever one. Well, that's not happening. Because by the time we get there, I am going to retire from all of this. I don't know if you guys know, but I've been working my ass off behind the scenes, like, just for, like, GM18. There's a shit ton of songs that I have already prepared up in advance just to get ready to throw in by the time we edit the episode. There's all these specials I'm doing for the series, that you guys will clearly not be notified of, because I like to surprise people. So I have all this going on, and I've been like, I feel like I've just become a bit of like a nagging director, or like some sort of crow that constantly just keeps going, hey, lines, where are they? Come on, man, fucking. I don't like being that, but I have to be that, and I just feel like after I fucking finish this series, that's it. I'm gonna be done being that mean person that I have to be. So, I want to just focus on my actual life career by the time I get there, and assuming I get there by that time. But hopefully, we can even get there to begin with, you know, because that's 26 episodes and a movie. Now, let's not forget the fact that, excuse me, I burped, that RE6, with a little bit of delays and intermissions here, just took 1 to almost 2 years. So, let's not also forget that I'm juggling other projects at the same time. So we're talking about a long road of an unpredictable time. So right now, I'm just being a dreamer right now, but I will, by whatever fucking power that's in me, no matter how much shit Bandai puts me through, no matter how many of VAs either drop out or get fired, hopefully neither one of those will happen, I will see the end to GM18. And take my word for it, I don't tell empty promises anymore, for the most part. So, rest assured, don't worry. That ship is solid and going for the moment. Okay? Okay, I'm gonna get emotional now because now I'm thinking about the future. Hamid Ali says, I want to continue the Devil May Cry 3 Abridged Spood. Okay, buddy. You're either telling me you want to see the continuation of DMC3 The Abridged Spood, or you're boldly telling me that you're going to start your own DMC3 The Abridged Spood. Which to that, I say, oh no you fucking don't! Take note, I don't really take too kindly to rip-offs. It's kind of the reason why I'm kind of agonized at all the old shit I did on DarkAbridgerEX's, because they're exactly of what I don't want to do in my spoods anymore. And so I don't exactly want my own work to meet that same fate, but I'm okay with fan-made stuff as a dedication to my stuff, like this animated video that was made for Manly Idols. This right here, look at that.
What happened to the invention of stools? Too low of a budget?
Oh, Jesus!
Oh, jeez, come on, Honoka! I love that. Jesus Christ. I don't mind that. I don't mind referencing my stuff like I do with other series.
Gotcha, bitch! Shit, it's alright, I used to drift! Jesus!
Just keep it in moderation and avoid turning it into a complete half-ass ripoff of anything I did. But what I basically mean by that is, like, don't do what I did for my old RE4 spoods and just basically reference the Ward the whole time and even tried impersonating the Leon off that and just be a complete half-assed rip-off version of theirs. Don't do that. That's not good. Come up with your own material. That sounded a bit mean. I'm sorry. This only matters if people have specifically referenced it after seeing my stuff. If it was like a coincidence and they just happened to write the same stuff as me and, you know, I'm just like, okay, we're both thinking the same joke, that's fine. But if it's literally a specific reference and you did see my spood beforehand, like I said, keep it in moderation. Just don't completely rip me off. Oh, but if you ever do something as a dedication to my stuff, let me know. I might want to check it out for all you know, because, you know, I love shit like this. This touches me. Right here. In the kokoro. Oh, and there's also this. Look at that fan drawing. Fucking brilliant. I mean, that's just, wow. Love it. Doki doki. Oh, and before I forget, I'm gonna let you guys know what's the deal with all my episode releases and how that's gonna be playing out. This week, or not this week, but like the next 2 to 3 weeks, you'll be seeing a lot of GM18 related stuff. But after that, I'm going to write the scripts for stuff like Resident Evil 4, or Shoot My Weak Points, or DMC3. And then once those are released, we're gonna swap. It's gonna be a back and forth thing. Since I've gotten a little too many projects going on, like me wanting to finish Shoot My Weak Points, me wanting to do my solo projects, and Resident Evil 4 versus Manly Idols for a new episode, and Girly Idols to overdub Manly Idols episodes, and then anything special that pops up, which this has been happening a lot since the year started, god fucking damn it. I need to, you know, divide which series I give my attention to. So, right now, like I said earlier, you're going to be getting GM18 related stuff, and Shoot My Weak Points. After those are released, I'll begin scripting the next episodes for all the video game related stuff, and get a move on with that. Just in case you're ever wondering where the other stuff has gone after you see it, there you go. You now know that I haven't forgotten it, it's just going to be taken care of later. Okay. So, that should be all the questions you guys asked me on that video. I hope this kept you well informed. Yeah, I'm assuming I was supposed to do something funny before I end the video. Oh wait, I got it! I'll make a fucking pterodactyl noise! Ah!